Hi everyone. This week we watched Creed, which is just a beautiful, slow character drama about the son of Apollo Creed, a Rocky character. And it just has really wonderful emotional beats, a beautiful character arc through and through, and overall I think those are the reasons why it just doesn't hold up as a Rocky sequel. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun to throw Creed up against its prequel, Rocky IV, to show why it's just garbage by comparison? So that's what I did, and I think I have a pretty compelling argument. Now, before we get into Rocky IV and start examining it and really getting into the nitty-gritty, I think all of us should just maybe take a minute, maybe even pause the video, and really put ourselves in the mindset of someone from 1985. The Soviets. Woo! Right from the get-go, we kind of realized Ryan Coogler is taking this in a weird direction. Like a weird direction. Like a direction I don't necessarily like. You know what I mean? In the opening scene, there's no music. There's nothing to amp you up, you know? There's just people running around and kids beating the shit out of each other. Like, what is that? Like, I don't want to watch a kid beat the shit out of someone. You know what I mean? That's not cool. That's not fun. There's a small little dialogue scene between two really important characters in the movie, you know, where we really get to know the characters. We really get to know them. I don't want to know these characters. I want them to fight. I want them to fight, you know? By this point in Rocky IV, we're seeing some impressive shit. You know, we're seeing some really cool stuff. Black fade-in, generic 80s song, two gloves slowly raised from the ground. One with an American flag and one with a Soviet flag. The two gloves spontaneously collide and one f***ing explodes. Guess which one explodes? If you're a real American, you know. Let me know in the comment section.
When your father died, I was angry for so long.
I don't have no father.
What did you say?
I said I don't have no father.
No deep or depressing social issues like kids fighting or juvenile detention or child abandonment. Nothing specifically American like that. Just two world powers going at it. If Rocky IV's opening doesn't get you f***ing amped, then I don't know what will. You know those audience reaction cams they have for scary movies where all the audience members are going... Well, they had two set up for Rocky IV. One in the theater and one in the bathroom. All the men collectively stood up after the scene and lied to their girlfriends or wives about going to get them snacks or some shit, and then they went into the bathroom and injected steroids into each other's ass cheeks. Around 15 minutes in for Creed, we're getting to know more about Adonis and his adult life, where he rejects a neo-capitalist job in order to find, I don't know, some kind of peace because he wants to be his dad but also doesn't want to be his dad. Too much character depth. Get that shit out of here. By this point in Rocky IV, we're getting to know robots and shit. What a massive oversight by Ryan Coogler to leave Sicko the robot out of this movie. He's vitally important to the plot. Paulie starts off hating the robot and then falls in love with it. They're so focused on giving us a compelling character journey that they leave the robot completely out of it. And he meets another really compelling character and they establish a romantic interest and she's got backstory and all that stuff. Like, yeah, it's beautiful and cute when Rocky brings Bianca around the night before the fight. But wouldn't you have preferred that she just shows up out of nowhere without any means of getting to the place she was? Like Adrian in Rocky IV. Oh God, I almost bawled when Adrian showed up to a random cabin out in the town of Bumble, Soviet Union during the middle of winter.
I'm with you no matter what.
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 And they do really great writing to make it seem like the relationship is something you can pull out of today. Like both characters are focused on their careers or whatever, which is really millennial based, you know? Like millennials do that. At this point in Rocky IV, we find out Paulie's f***ing the robot.
Thanks, hon.
You're the greatest. See you, sport.
Paulie, who taught her to talk like that? She loves me.
I guess I'll let you decide what's more interesting, but it's kind of telling that all Creed can pull off is a boring human relationship. I mean, it's been 20 years. Where did this technology go? How far has it advanced? Japan, and a lot.
Do you have sexual relations with the dolls?
Yes, it happens.
And your wife isn't jealous?
At first, she was a little scared because she found them too lifelike, but now she's used to them.
Rocky IV predicted the future, baby. If we have sentient robots in 1985, then in 2015, are we even sure that's the real Rocky? It could be an imposter. And speaking of robots, my dude Ivan Drago is punching at 1850 PSI. Do you know how much 1850 PSI is? Let's put that into perspective. The human skull can only withstand around 350 PSI before cracking. A bike helmet could withstand around 520 PSI. So together that's around 800 PSI. Ivan Drago could kill two men with one punch, both wearing bike helmets. The man's a literal Terminator. So now you get it, right? Now you get why Adonis might as well be fighting Smurfs. And what? The fact that Ryan Coogler brings in real life boxers and does this really unique editing thing where he freeze frames on them and shows their stats right next to it, that's supposed to sell me on the fact that they're not fighting Terminators in this movie? And if you look at the stats, there's no punching PSI either. What are they, ashamed to show it? Rocky IV Creed is more than just about Creed, man. Creed is America. Apollo Creed's walkout in Rocky IV could have been a Super Bowl halftime show. Patriotism, the Soviets. And in Creed, he just walks out into some Tupac song. As if walking out to a song about making up for the sins of your past by one of the greatest rappers of all time, who happens to be from your own home city, is at all relevant to Adonis's character. And I'm supposed to believe Adonis Creed has been watching all this old footage of his dad boxing, but he conveniently misses the greatest walkout of all time? He could have just as easily been a dancer, or a showman, or a goddamn patriot. And don't even get me started on the montages, all right? The montages in Creed really suffer. Like, if we take the first montage from Rocky IV, the greatest montage of all time, you can see that it's all footage from older movies. What a great choice by Sylvester Stallone. Instead of being bold and shooting new material, he just uses old footage over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. The audacity of Creed to shoot new footage. I mean, what kind of film tries to do something new? What horseshit. Sometimes the most important part of the Rocky movies is the speech at the end. You know, you fight the guy, you win or you lose, it doesn't really matter. You give an amazing speech. That's great, it's great, it's cool. And in Creed, the speech is really the culmination and completion of Adonis's arc. Rocky's vague and dim-witted rambling about change or some shit. Oh God, so much better.
I've seen a lot of changing. If I can change, then you can change. Everybody can change.
I change, you change too. All right, that's it. That's all I got. So like the video if you...
Does this have something to do with racism or unconscious biases or something?
What do you mean?
Well, the protagonist of Rocky IV is Rocky, an Italian-American white guy.
So?
Don't you think it might be easier for you to relate to an Italian-American white guy rather than Adonis, the protagonist of Creed?
What?
Well, hey, thanks for watching. I tried something new this video, so if you liked it, give me a like and maybe subscribe. There's some other videos here too, if you want to watch those. Yeah. Okay, bye.